The books of Samuel, 1 Samuel and 2 Samuel, deal with his personal and monarchical life. David is described as a man of valor, catching Saul's attention for his skill as a musician. He was a harpist, which earned him a place in the royal circle. Later, with the battles against the Philistines, he was recognized as a great warrior, and Saul gave his daughter Michal to him as a wife. Jonathan, the king's son, became a close friend. Regarding David's description as a warrior, he fought the Philistines in the city of Keilah, but when Saul considered him a rebel, David fled to the desert, a place on the fringes of society. David gathered a small army, beginning his mercenary life, serving as a mercenary for the Philistines, King Achish of Gath, and defending the city of Ziklag for a year and 4 months. During this time, David gained fame and truly became an adversary to Saul as a leader and a force to be reckoned with by the Philistines, who even referred to him as the king of the land. Due to the fragmented narrative between chapters 16 and 17 of the first book of Samuel, some historians highlight the fact that David the musician and harpist was a distinct tradition from David as a warrior figure as described earlier, a tradition that was later attached to the character's saga. With the death of Saul and 3 of his sons at the Battle of Gilboa, Israel had lost part of the territory west of the Jordan River, while Ishbosheth, Saul's successor, remained to the east in Mahanaim, with the support of Abner, Saul's general. In the second book of Samuel, the death of Ishbosheth at the hands of his own men is reported, with David executing them, just as he did with the Amalekite who brought the news of Saul's death. Though the Amalekite was not responsible for the king's death, he claimed to David that he had killed him, thinking he would gain honors from him. Consequently, David became the anointed king of Judah and Israel in Hebron. David consolidated the unified kingdom of Israel after defeating the Canaanite tribe of the Jebusites, making Jerusalem his political capital, religious center, and royal residence, transferring the old national sanctuary, the Ark of the Covenant, to it in a solemn procession with sacrifices, where he himself prominently figured as a worshiper and celebrant. In memory of their migrations in the desert, the ark was initially placed in a tent. David thought of building a magnificent temple for it in Jerusalem, but was dissuaded by the prophet Nathan. According to the biblical narrative, King David successfully led the people on expeditions against other nations, made political alliances with other kings and leaders, one of these alliances sealed with marriage and the formation of a harem. In Jerusalem, David appointed a council of wise men, created an army that included an honor guard and a royal guard for the palace. To do this, David subjected the tribes of Israel, Judah was not taxed, by taxing them to supply the armies and construction projects. He created a feudal system of land distribution under the crown, thus replacing the old system of tribal divisions.